Hello and welcome to Getter Farms. We've got yet another minor technical difficulty ironed out here. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. We've got a little visitor here. Wanted to say hi to everybody before he heads off to bed. Talk. It should be working.
Hi.
Hi. All right, bud.
I don't know how they can.
You can't see them, I know. They can hear you, though. Trust me, buddy. Everybody's waving.
Well, I don't hear them.
I know you can't hear them. It's crazy how that works. All right. So tonight we're going to be doing a little bit on the multiplayer server. And we've got everything all set up here tonight. We had attempted to do this the other night, but we weren't able to pull it off. And so I'm going to adjust just a couple of things here real quick. Get the camera maybe moved over to the corner. And then if we jump into the game here, we can get started on the live stream. Apologies in advance for my voice and the fact that there's no green screen tonight. I did not have the physical energy to set it all up and get everything going for the green screen, so you guys get to see my lovely orange and brown office in the background here. So we've got quite a few people here on the stream tonight already. Godly Devil, Nagi, welcome to the stream. Junt and Stranded Canson, good to see you guys from the staff team. Randy Pepler, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's funny, my wife was kind of wanted to just be quick in and out, so a little bit shy with the camera here still. So hopefully, though, the rest of the stream will go without technical difficulties now that we've got that all ironed out here. And we're going to be taking things a little bit slow tonight. It is my first live stream back here since surgery, so the other reason why we've got no green screen is so that I can stand up and sit down if needed to kind of move around a little bit. And my voice is going to crack just a little bit here and there until we get going, I think. So, we've got American Life of Farming tonight, and this was a live stream that we tried to do about a week ago, and the servers kept going down and we were having all kinds of problems. So, we want to check out these crazy carrots that they've got here on this map and see what this is all about. If you guys remember on the previous live stream, we planted these carrots down here, and this little bit of this field used up the entire seeder worth of seed. So we decided to stop planting carrots because it was going to bankrupt us. And now I'm kind of curious to see how much yield we get off of said carrots, and we can, hopefully recover some of that money here. Justin Young, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Mason Farms, good to see you. We've got a bunch of people coming in here. Builds, good to see you. I'm doing well tonight. Deacon, good to see you as well. Cade, I'm doing good. Recovery's going well. I'm finally able to get down into my recording area here, so it's been doing good. It's been doing good. Getting back onto the computer and getting things going here. So the other thing that we've got going on here is this crazy harvester here. And I went in and I leased it, and the default colors are this like shiny red. I don't know. It looks terrible. I do not like this metallic red look. This is just something crazy. But that was the defaults for the harvester here that was included with the map to do all of these different crop types. So that's what we're going to use. It's called a root harvester, and it comes in this shiny red, or I guess I could have got it in the shiny New Holland blue, but I thought this looked even worse. So shiny red it is. Pleasant View Farms, it's good to see you, man. Welcome to the stream. Hope everything has been going well for you. So we have got this here harvester all set up. I think I am going to go ahead and get GPS going on this, since we have not that many rows, but we're also a fairly narrow head on this thing. And of course I didn't get GPS, or did I? There we go. So we've got GPS going here, and the first thing that I want to do is I want to see how much carrots we're actually pulling in here. So we're pulling in 1,148 bushels to the acre. That's going to yield pretty good. So I'll be curious to see how that goes. We've already got a couple hundred bushels here just in a few feet. So I guess we're going to get a bit more yield than I expected. Let's see how this thing is going to work for unloading on the go. It's been a while since I've used the base game, essentially sugar beet harvester here. And ooh, we've even got a carrot tip type, or it kind of looks like strawberries, to be honest. But at least it's not sugar beets, so I'm going to give you that. That looks kind of cool. So there you go. We're getting a lot of carrots here. I'm really curious now what the price of carrots is. Because if we're going to get hopefully a few truckloads here, this might actually not be as bad off as I thought. $11 a bushel. I'm not sure. So we're going to follow this around. We started doing a headland pass and we ran out down there, so we don't have a lot. Also on the server here tonight, we've got J. Joe Billy Bob, who's running the truck for me here. And we've got a handful of other members on the server tonight. Stranded Canson and Helper P here on the staff farm are helping me out. And then I believe we've also got a couple more people over here already kicking off our canola harvest on the other side of this field. So once we're done with carrots, we'll be jumping over into that activity here. We've got Bow Hunter over there as well, it looks like, helping us out on the canola harvest. Mason Farms, exactly. I wish corn yielded that high. That would be something else. And I've just realized my audio balance might have been a little bit off there, so hopefully this is a little bit better. We turned it up so that we could hear the kiddo. He speaks a little bit quiet. Harley Quinn, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you again. Marky the Farmer, what's up? Always good to see you in chat, sir. Oh, we're missing a row, which in a normal crop may not be that big of a deal, but with these carrots and the way that they yield, we want to make sure we're getting them all here. Pleasant View Farms, you're off to bed. Well, you get up early, sir. You have all those early morning chores you've got to get done before you head off to the next thing, so I can definitely appreciate that. I do like with these harvesters that all the wheels turn, which makes them somewhat maneuverable. We're going to squeeze back here into the brush a little bit. And what I'm curious to see is if GPS is going to play nicely with the width of this machinery, or if I'm going to have to go in there and monkey around with it. We should be able to clean up this headland pass without any problems, and then turn around and get dumped back into the semi here before we head down the longer rows. This is just wide enough over here, it looks like, to pick all this up. We'll probably swing back around here and clean up all those little bits that we missed before we go all the way back up to the end, because we did miss a fair amount of bits. Cade, when is the next episode of Autumn Oaks? Hopefully in the next day or so. I haven't quite gotten back into the swing of recording the episodes yet, because we've got I've had a lot going on and I haven't been able to get onto my computer much until today. So hoping to get back into that here in the next day or so, but there's definitely going to be some more episodes this week. And we're going to just pick up these couple of rows that we missed here. Try not to crush too much of the canola. It looks like I'm catching just a smidge of it, but these carrots are bound to be worth a bit more. And then maybe I'll see if I can, since my pipe is going to be on the wrong side, I'll see if I can pull in here and unload. Hopefully he's going to pull forward here and unload me. Nope. I think he's thinking I'm trying to get through. Come on back, J. Joe. Oh, there he's coming. Oh, that one wasn't my fault, folks. All right, I'm gonna scooch over here a little bit because I think I have the better maneuverability. And there we go. We've got it all dumped out. So let's see if we can circle back around here without any crashing into anything. And we'll get the rest of our headlands taken off here and head back up. I'm kind of curious to see if we end up filling up more than one truck on this. I think we will, because that truck looks like it's starting to get close to full. And yeah. Marky the farmer says, I have the latest version of unit convert and it still says liters. How do you fix that? Well, so it depends. If you're running unit convert light, then you need to go in and modify the file most likely for the fill type that you're using. If you have the unit convert mod for the community extension, you need to go into the settings menu for community extension and fix that. Set it up in there, which is Alt question mark, I believe. And then you come into your unit convert and you go into your fill type groups and you need to set your defaults in on this screen. And that's where you're going to be able to get out of liters and into specific unit types. So let's see here. We're going to try and see if our GPS track from earlier is working here. Graced Farm, good evening. I am appreciative that the server seems to be working better tonight as well. We're going to turn the lines on here for a second. If I can get my HUD, and it looks like everything's going to work out. It's always interesting when you've got a new piece of equipment to know whether or not GPS is going to work appropriately for you. And I guess I haven't been in cab on a piece of equipment like this. I haven't really used this equipment for anything. And so we've got kind of an odd interior here on this. I've never been in a piece of equipment like this before. So it's a different experience for sure. Pleasant View Farms, appreciate the kind words. But yeah, Marky the Farmer, Alt, and then I believe it's the question mark key or the / key that are the is the default key. I can't recall. I might have remapped that because I had a conflict with another key. So yeah, Noah, we were just talking about that earlier, which is we're going to be getting back to Autumn Oaks here this week. This was the simplest episode for me to jump into tonight for my first live stream back, and we'll see how it goes. I haven't been able to sit in the chair for more than an hour or two at a time, so that's what we're doing. And let's see here, we're going to get turned around here and hopefully not crash into too much stuff here. We've got a bunch of trees on this headland, but this machine is so big, it's next to impossible to take headland passes off. Plus, we've got all this canola right next to us that we really don't want to take out. And so I'm going to go ahead and get going down this way. And I think J. Joe's going to be able to come and top off his semi. And it looks like we've got Helper P right back in with the next semi behind him. So I think J-Joe's pretty much going to be filled up here, it looks like. And so we've probably almost got enough to fill Helper P up after a round here as well then. It's going fast. Ethan, just to let you know, there's an error in the latest version of Wind Chaser. Yeah, I saw North Simulation posted on Facebook about that this evening. That he's going to post a new version on Friday. So hopefully he gets that patched up, because that's another map that looks like it would be a lot of fun. I've seen some of the pictures that he's been posting for that, and it looks really cool. That's one of those maps that I never got a chance to play. I know it's been around for a while, so it's been on my list for a while to check out. I would definitely like to give that a run at some point, but there's just not enough time in the day to cover all the maps that have come out recently. So we'll have to be a little bit choosy, because I also want to give Lincoln Creek a try. So I was going to actually install Wind Chaser tonight and kind of compare and contrast between the two and see which one I liked better. But since Wind Chaser has some known issues, I'll probably have to pass on that for at least the next few days and wait for North Simulation to get the patch out. So we're gonna, I forget the back end swings around when I turn here. We're gonna take a little bit more off here and see if I can clean up this row that I missed. There's carrots everywhere down here. And we'll see how this goes. Oh, here we go. Lane, it's Alt-X by default. Yeah, Alt-X would have had to get remapped. That's going to cause problems with GPS. Oh, and Godley's got you right below there. I missed his message. He's beat me to the punch. John Deere for life. Give it to my staff team to edit the videos. I do actually have a couple of contacts who are do video editing for professional reasons, and so one of these days, if we ever make it big, I may attempt to approach somebody to see if I can get some professional editing help. But for the time being, you guys will have to put up with my less than stellar personal editing skills. Although I have to say, while I was laid up this week, I did actually spend a little bit of time going through some tutorials and have learned a thing or two about Photoshop and Adobe Premiere, and hopefully that's going to lead to some better quality content here. David, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Ryan, good to see you, man. Always good to see you in the chat. David, I had a hernia, so they put a bunch of holes in my top of my stomach and sent a robot type deal down and repaired a hole in my muscles. So I'm hobbling around a little bit, got a bunch of bruises, a bunch of sore spots, but for the most part, honestly, everything went really well. The most unexpected part was my throat from the anesthesia, having a tube shoved down my throat for a few hours. Just got kind of sore, and so there was actually the first couple of days I couldn't talk. And so I thought actually I was going to be down here, you know, first thing Monday morning, ready to go and start making videos, but Monday came around and I could barely talk, so that didn't happen. And so that's why there's been kind of a lull in videos, and there will be a lull in videos this week, is that I don't want to overdo it and spend too much time talking, but I also wanted to get back in here and do a little bit of streaming, so I'm super excited. And I think we'll be getting back into things, and, you know, I've got some ideas for some new series. We got some new content coming. You know, I think we've been running on a couple of maps for a while, so we'll probably be trying to focus on Autumn Oaks for sure here over the coming week, and get some episodes out on that, and see where else things take us. We're also going to try not to miss a whole row of our carrots, given how highly they yield. And we'll have to check and see how much money we're making from selling carrots. My goodness, this thing is wide. Let's see if I can scooch over here a little bit and take off a bit of a headland. We've got probably enough here soon to top off Helper P's semi on the way down. So the fact that we've already sold a full bit of carrots here, and we're gonna have at least a couple more rows. Oh my goodness, I'm driving over them. That's not good. Oh, and I don't have all my screens up. Don't worry, folks. No actual crops have been harmed here. Let's get going down the line here. See if the GPS is gonna work. And then we'll get the pipe out. Grace Farms, you attempted to put a custom logo on a modded truck, watch my video and Giants editor, and you don't get along. Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. So that's definitely been a problem a few people have had. In fact, I was helping somebody else out on Discord earlier today. Oh, we're getting a little bit of a tailgating going on here. So that's been a thing. So I might have to do another video where I focus a little bit more on Giants editor and see how, if I can come up with a way to help explain that a little bit better to people, because that's been probably the #1 thing that I've gotten DMs about. People love the ability to add a custom logo to their vehicles, but they're having some problems kind of following through parts of that tutorial still. So we might have to take a step back and do that again. Toby, it's good to see you, man. Good evening. Recovery is going well. We're getting back into things tonight. Jamie, good to see you in the chat. First time commenting. I've watched a ton of your videos, really enjoy them. Thanks for what you do. Well, I appreciate you. It's always nice to get a kind word here and there. It's fun putting the content out for everybody. And I was talking to some people earlier today. I think I'm going to try and do a little bit more of some of the tutorials and stuff as well. There's a few things that have come out that people are asking for help with, so we may try and get a few more of those videos out alongside the Let's Play content. So we'll see how that goes. And we're going to get GPS going here again. Altoona, you had one 20 years ago, wouldn't recover as fast now. Yeah, exactly. Halo fan, yeah, see, this is the problem with getting older is you start having to have all these procedures and different things, and it's just not as fun as it, not that it was ever fun, but it's not as easy as it used to be. So Grace Farm, if you ask for help on the mod support channel on my Discord server, somebody is bound to be able to help you figure out where you're going wrong and where you're running into problems. I know a lot of people get some help there for various things, myself included. Pleasant View Farms, have a good one, sir. Toby Neal. The process of actually making a logo is way more up to creative design. So you've got to kind of be, you got to know what you want and kind of figure out how to do that in a given art program. That's going to be a little bit tougher to show off. But to John's point, there's a bunch of good free ones if you're looking for just kind of something that's going to point you in the right direction, you know, and you're just using it for fun. That's how I started off. My original logo for the channel was actually something that I used a free website to create. And then once I got to a point where I was monetizing and making money on it, I had to actually go and create a logo myself that I could actually use and attach to a monetization scheme and all that stuff. And it got really complicated really fast, but you can definitely use one of the free ones for your own personal use on Farm Sim. Let's see if I can scooch my GPS track over a little bit. Oh, where's it going? That wasn't good. All right, let's try that again. GPS, are you going to behave? No. No, you're not. All right, where's my HUD? Why is GPS not behaving? Here we go. Behave. Thank you. Oh, but my header's not down. Oh, it is. New equipment. It's always something else when you're trying to use it for the first time. Ryan, glad you could stop by. Have a good one, sir. We'll catch you soon. Alan, yeah, it's good that you haven't had any health issues up to 48. Like, I've had a number of different issues here over the last couple of years, and it's been a royal pain getting through everything. So we're getting there slowly, but getting old is not so much fun. Brian Rutherford, it's always good to see you in chat. It's funny is now that I stream, I mean, I'm streaming and playing a game at the same time, but I used to play a ton of games while I watched various streamers. Don't get that opportunity as much anymore. Don't get the chance to actually go and watch other people as much as I'd like to. Rowanhater, appreciate it. It's actually more about just getting rid of some of the obstructions in my room and the fact that I couldn't move around freely enough to set up the green screen for tonight's stream. So we went no green screen tonight. So I think that's gonna do it for all of our carrots. So I'm kind of curious. I should have had Pep hold off on the full trailer that we had. I was curious how much we got out of a full trailer. I guess I can actually go look. There's a screen for that, is there not? So, harvest income. Yay, we made $21,000 so far. So this last load here will probably bring us up to like $25,000. Not going to cover the cost of putting the carrots in the ground and harvesting them here, I don't think. So let's take a look at that. I was really curious to see how this crop was going to work, but based on how many seeds it took, it was just not going to be worth it. So if I look here, our carrot header was $5,000 to lease. Oh, we've got errors on the map too. And then our carrot harvester, our root harvester, was another $25,000 to lease. So one of those things that would probably do better if you expanded into a larger field, but we used an entire hopper of seed just to plant that strip of carrots. And so an entire hopper of seed is not cheap. I mean, that was several $1,000s in seed as well. So it's just not going to be worth it to run carrots on this map with how it's set up. 2.5 trailerfuls of carrots is a lot, but not when it's costing me, that much money just to get it out there. Now, I would probably have made some money over the acreage if I had done an entire field to cover the cost of the lease, but it's just not that great of a margin, I don't think. So we're going to chalk that one up to being a failed experiment and get rid of this ugly, shiny red carrot harvester. And I think we'll be going out here and trying to figure out what we're going to do with some canola here in a little bit. Grace Farm, Oklahoma 2.0, we're broke. We are definitely broke. So we've got, I think this is probably actually Bow Hunter out here in his, all this stranded in a combine that we borrowed from the neighbors. And then we've got a couple of semis and a grain cart, it looks like. So we probably need to lease another combine here to get things going. Let me check our cows as well. I guess we could start off by topping the cows off, and then we'll go lease another harvester here. And where's my big tractor? My big tractor's probably on the grain cart. All right. Well, in that case, we're out of machines. We got to go lease something. So we're going to lease the trusty CR9000 series here. It's a nice, nice cheap combine. I don't think we need to do anything to it. We've got a pretty lightweight farm setup here. And so we're going to just pick up both of these. And I think we're going to try and run it right down the road too. So let me see if I've got my tabs set up correctly. There we go. We can get right to it. Look at that. Toby Neal, you doubt that the carrots are raised commercially in Ohio anyway? Yeah, I'm not sure. That one's one I'm not so sure about. Justin Risinger, not fail, good content. I had a ton of fun on that series. And I'll be honest, I think a part of it is just there's so many great maps out there that I want to try. And so going through a series for a full year, making it all the way around and kind of taking stock of, some of the key features of the map. There's a lot of other things to check out here before the, I'll say the end of Farm Sim 19. So we're gonna take this thing down the road with the header on. We'll at least try and turn on our flashers here. My flashers aren't working. Oh no. Flashers aren't working. Oh, and we're getting hung up. I was looking at my keyboard trying to figure out if I was pushing the right key. And we got hung up on the guardrail. Oh my goodness. I guess that's probably a crash counter. Do I have a crash counter tonight? We do have a crash counter tonight. Look at that. There's a couple of farms that raise them in North Dakota. I think we're talking about carrots. The good old go-to cheap yet fairly large combine. Yeah, exactly. It's funny as most of the time I feel like custom modding does a really good job of trying to set realistic options and prices and stuff for their mods, but for whatever reason, and this was one of their earlier mods, at least for FS19, it has a ridiculous price. Forward Ag, welcome to the stream. We have successfully harvested our carrots with our sugar beet harvester, so that's done and out of the way. And if Pep has anything to do with it, we'll never plant carrots again. So let's go ahead. I think we're going to start on this end of the field over here and start working our way through. Since we've got somebody else already on the other end, we'll clean this bit up here, I think, and start working our way in. Make whoever's running the grain cart work for it a little bit. I am going to take this headland pass off, though. Give ourselves a little bit more room to turn around than we had with the carrots. Yeah, but Justin, even at a used price, like, it's not that old of a model of combine, so I can't imagine getting something for that kind of a price, but maybe. Oh, and what surgery did I have? I had a hernia, so they had to go in and repair that. Zachary Johnson, when will I do John Deere equipment? Not on this multiplayer map. This is our Case in New Holland multiplayer save. I'm running John Deere on, well, both of my other series at the moment. We're running John Deere on our Autumn Oaks farm and on our Mercer County farm. Do I know of any Kansas-based maps? Nowhere in Kansas? That's a good suggestion. I haven't actually played that map. Forward Ag, you've been moving, so you're going to be back to grinding out projects soon. Awesome. We always love seeing updates from you, sir. And I didn't get GPS on my combine, so we're going to have to be trying to keep things going somewhat straight here manually. Auntie Spenny, you're back from football practice. Nice. Good to see ya. Interesting. My pipe won't go out. Why won't the pipe go out? Unfold harvester. How am I harvesting without unfolding the harvester? That's a great question. No idea. Yeah, we leased it too, so I don't want to give it back because we'd have to release it. You can't change the options on a leased piece of equipment, unfortunately. Marson, have I played Peace River? I've done a video or two on Peace River, but I haven't, like I did kind of a map review type video, map tour, but I haven't put a lot of hours in on it. Most of the older equipment mod prices are always wrong, Toby. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not, there's a bunch of mods out there that are like, you know, trying to give you used equipment and different things like that, but it's like, well, if I'm going to do that, like they're not doing it in an accurate way, so I might as well just cheat money into this game if I'm going to play like that, so I don't know. Perma's got Forward Ag on commission here to make some stuff for him. Nice. Appreciate you swinging by, Forward Ag. We're getting back into things ourselves here. We're a little bit out of it still, and so a live stream's always a good way to kind of knock the rust off of being laid up here for a few days. I was going out of my mind laying on the couch for 3 days straight, so I'm excited to kind of be back into things. So we're gonna knock off all this rust. We're gonna get back into things and start putting out some good content. I'm excited for a couple of new series here. Tim, like the show, keep on game. Appreciate ya. It's Brody's Farm. It's good to see you in the chat again, sir. We got Bow Hunter swinging around here. We're gonna transition to standing for a few minutes, so one moment. Oh yeah, that felt good. All right, let me see if I can get this thing out of my face a little bit here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, and that didn't mess everything up. So let's see here. There we go. We're all dumped out. We didn't have much, so canola's a really low... Oh boy, we've got Stranded Canson coming. I almost ran right into him. I guess I technically didn't need to take off such a big headland pass over here. Not that big of a deal, though. We already had a little bit of room here from the carrots, but I guess having two passes is a little bit better. It might keep me out of the trees. And we'll move back up here and start working on this end of the field. We've got, I think, J. Joe here in the semi that we can dump into when we need to as well. So I know Bow Hunter's out here running back and forth with the grain cart. And we've got a whole nother field over here that we could be jumping into. Looks like we've got some tillage coming for our root crop part of the field that probably needs to get plowed up. Let's look at that map here real quick. I'm kind of curious. I haven't played base game in a while, but yeah, all that root crop ground needs to get plowed under. So we've got pep in the plow. Used equipment is a farm sim mechanic I wish they would incorporate in the game. Hey, yeah, that'd be cool, actually. You know, they'd have, like, I know there's a mod that's supposed to hook into the maintenance system as well. And so when you buy a piece of used equipment, it adds some years to it and makes it run poor. Actually, I think FSN has something that they've been doing with that, where they're trying to incorporate maintenance hours onto equipment and having it have effects on the equipment, hopefully both in and out of games. So that would be cool. TNT Farms, hey man, it's good to see you in the chat. Jaden, good to see you as well. Alan, you say you're hooked on FS19 since it's Steam Special, having fun watching streams. Nice. Is it on sale right now on Steam? Is that what's going on? Or is it like a free game or something? I don't know if Steam's doing the free game thing like Epic's yet. Jaden, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, it's funny is, I'll say Farming Simulator is both a simple and complex game at the same time. So it's very, it felt really overwhelming when I first started playing it. There was a lot going on. And then as time went on, I realized that all the stuff I thought was overwhelming was actually really straightforward. But then I got introduced to all the really cool stuff like seasons and precision farming and stuff like that, where the game kind of goes to the whole next level. Oh, it was on sale a few weeks ago, and you could pick up like all the DLCs and everything like that. Nice. Yeah, I've got a free copy of it from Epic Games. I think I picked up a free copy of it from the Xbox store. I think I picked up a... I have 2 copies that I bought, the Steam version as well as the collector's edition. So I've got a few versions of the game, which comes in handy sometimes when I'm doing content and setting things up and I need to do multiple people in the game to test certain things and mods and stuff. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Toby, yeah, I don't like that some of those mods cause the wear layer to show up as well. I'm with you. A lot of good used equipment. People take good care of their equipment, and it looks really, really good. And yeah, permas, that was like, I don't know how the Epic game model works, but the fact that they give away like 2 free games every week, and it's not always garbage games. Like sometimes they're really good games. So I have no idea how they make that work and actually make any money. We might need to lease another combine here at some point, maybe. I don't know. We've got a whole other field over here. We're making good progress. We'll probably get this done in the stream. We've also got to get started on seeding here, but our seeding tractor is currently on the grain cart. I didn't even know we had a grain cart. I wonder if we leased that. Yeah, the Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation also does the same thing where you can get some free games, but those are paid services. So, it's weird, you know, because you're paying to have, you know, the right to play multiplayer on those platforms, so. It's not exactly a free game. Oh, there you go, Permas. They lost a couple 100,000 last year on it. I'm curious why, like, I guess it's a business model decision. You keep doing it to drive people to your platform, maybe? I don't know. It's the kind of thing I would have expected them to do for a little while and then, you know, knock it off, not continue to do it for years on end. So it's an interesting business model for sure. And yes, we just did a full circle there to pick up that one little stalk of canola. So we're going to head on back down here. This would have been so much easier with GPS turned on. Yeah, Derek, your freemium model on SaaS software, exactly. All right, let's settle down here. Let's see if we can at least pretend to drive straight. Yeah, Alan, this game and OCD do not mix. Like, I have definitely gone back and had to pick up, individual stalks of corn and, clean up all the corners after courseplay leaves a little bit on the ground. And you definitely waste more time and, money in game, on fuel and equipment resources than you're actually making, picking up those missed crops. But there's just something about leaving some of it behind that I can't bring myself to do. Kate, am I going to make content on FS22 when it comes out? Absolutely. We're going to be jumping on to FS22 as soon as it comes out. Alan, burn 3 liters of diesel for a buck of corn. Exactly. It's funny, I remember when my first harvest on the farm in real life, the first time I got to drive the combine, and I did the same thing. Like, I'd missed a row on the headland or something, and I was, backing up and struggling and trying to get, like, this little bit of corn that was, in kind of a tough-to-get spot. My boss is on the radio yelling at me. He's like, "What are you doing? You're wasting more time and money than $5 of corn you're trying to save. Like, get on with it." So it was funny. Myro, you got FS19 free from Epic about a year ago and just started playing a few days ago. Yeah, I do that all the time. I'll download a free game, or even Steam sales. I'll buy games that it's like, oh, that looks like a sweet game. I want to play that eventually. I've got 400 plus games in my Steam library, I think, and I've only ever played a small fraction of them at this point. I don't see that changing anytime soon either. Oh, we've got Bow Hunters Johnny on the spot here with the grain cart, but we're going to miss a row because we were a little bit off here, and I don't think I can push the farm sim header width here any more than I already am, so we'll have to come back and get that little bits at the end. Tim, you joined at the wrong time. You hate that, the horrible OCD. Yeah. Like, a lot of people I know would probably just leave this little, row here on this small stretch behind the shed and just plow it under. But I'm coming back for it. Grace Farm, who farms straight lines. What I want to do one of these series is do an older school equipment series with some smaller fields and do it all manually, no GPS. Just straight up farming. We'll see. I don't have the patience for small equipment is the problem, and so I'd probably have some equipment that was way oversized for the size farm that I'd be doing. Humble Bundle is another good one if you want to spend a little bit of money and have lots of unplayed games. Agreed. Brian Oxendine, welcome to the stream, sir. It's good to see you as always. Oh my goodness, with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Means a lot. Tim, your dad gave you the Pennywise curse as much as you're not as bad as him. Nice. Oh, we bumped our chair. Not a good day. So this is a new experience for me, streaming while standing up. So I haven't even looked up at my camera. I'm glad I'm still in frame. I haven't been paying attention to any of that tonight. We're definitely working on getting back into things here. It's funny what, 3-4 days of laying on a couch and taking pain meds will do to throw you off your game. It's also the most talking I've done in the entire week as well. It's been lots of fun. Jaden, appreciate the subscription there, sir. We just remembered to get our sub notifications turned back on for the stream. And we've got Pep down here already cranking on the tillage here. I'm not sure why I keep taking this headland pass off here on the angled rows. But we've got plenty of headland here. We're getting decent yield here for canola. I mean, we're getting 128 bushels an acre, so we're bringing in a decent volume. It's just a lot lower volume than what I'm used to from the harvesting of corn and stuff like that. We just did corn harvest in our Mercer County episode here recently, and we were getting, I think, 252 bushels an acre, so doing pretty good. And we're getting a lot of dirt on the back of this header, I was just noticing. So the dirt textures here on the header are a little bit off, so it's a really solid dirt there on the back. Hadn't noticed that before. We've used this combine and header for a couple of harvests now, I think, on this map, so I must not have been either paying attention or doing a lot of driving the combine here. Tristan, good to see you in the chat, sir. How you doing? And I have to say, this is not our Steiger over here or in the running the plow. That is something we must have borrowed from somebody else's farm here. And then somebody's got the blaze orange semi up here on the other end of the field. That's a nice color combination. I did that in one of my videos here a few days back. So we're picking up our row of shame over here. Got to destroy all the evidence that we missed a little bit. And we got bow hunter swinging around the side of the shed here again already. We'll catch him on the way back down, ideally. We're probably about half full right now. Begged, borrowed, or stole the case tractor. Nagi's not paying attention. I'm sure he's not. He posted in the members chat earlier today. Very proud of the new purchase on their farm. Chris Pedersen, welcome to the members section. Christian, good to see ya. Appreciate you stopping by. So we're gonna meet up with Stranded here on this pass, and then we'll jump over into our other field here for some more canola. Cyber Farmer, good to see you in the chat. Nick Phillips, hello. Toby, it's a case, so somebody probably just gave it away. Nice. Very nice. Oh, looks like Stranded's going to jump over into our other field here. And we've still got Pep going on the plow. I really like the look of the these case articulated tractors. They've got a pretty sweet look. And my goodness, we're running into bow hunter over here. Not paying attention again. That's gonna be a another crash counter for us tonight. Bow Hunter, we're gonna hurt Nagi's feelings. Yeah, he didn't get a very warm reception. Oh, I caught it. Stranded put it in the ditch up there. I saw that. Oh my goodness. No, Nagi didn't get a very warm reception to the the tractor on the Discord server. I thought it was kind of cool. We're gonna take this headland pass off down here by the trees, give us some room to work. Yeah, I've noticed Clutch has been having issues on his stream off and on. I don't know what the deal is, because if I recall right, I talked to him about it one time, and he's got some really awesome internet, so I don't know what his deal is. Oh my goodness, Cody, appreciate the 99 cent super chat there, bud. The support means a lot. So, but I did notice YouTube's having some issues today. I was trying to go in and look at some analytics and get some things set up and figure some things out, and none of the pages were loading for me, so it was kind of a painful experience. Parker Ellis, it's good to see you in the chat. Cade, we've crashed a couple of times now. I think the crash counter's at 2 right now. Stranded's just checking to see if I'm paying attention. That's probably fair. More often than not, I'm probably missing out on what's going on. Oh, we've got a hay bale here on the side of the road, too. Justin Risinger, do I think I'll ever move out into the country? So I used to live out in the country. My wife, it's funny, we were actually just talking about it this morning. She has a colleague that when COVID started, they moved from the big city and they bought a farm and they live out in the country now. And she's like, yeah, my husband keeps trying to talk me into it. I'm not doing it. So I think I got my answer there. She's not interested in moving out to the country. But the more people that she meets that have done it and enjoy it, you know, because their response was that it's good for the kids. They really like it. So maybe someday. Maybe someday. My wife's from a large city, and so she, her kind of upbringing and stuff is more the apartment and city life. And so that's what she enjoys, is being in walking distance to most things. And I grew up where I think the closest grocery store was something like a 45-minute drive. So very different experience. I'm not sure which way Stranded's going here, so we're gonna take his pass up, I think, and then he'll probably follow me back up as well. Since I don't have GPS, I'm just gonna drive wherever the heck I want and make everybody else clean up my mess. Cody, you're welcome, new to the stream. Appreciate it, sir. We've been off for a few days here as I'm recovering from surgery, but we're getting back into things tonight, so feels good to be back on the live streams and getting things moving. Graced Farm, you guys moved from the suburbs to country light and goal 50 acres in western North Carolina. Nice. Yeah, we're sitting on, I want to say 2.5 acres or something like that, or 2 acres, right around 2 acres for our yard right now. And so it's not living in the country, but it's definitely better than living in the city. So we've got enough yard to have some fun with the kids and drive around and justify a small compact utility tractor for a lawnmower, that kind of thing. Logan Sawyer's good to see ya. Perma's nothing real close when you're in the country, though they just put a Dollar General in your small town. Yeah, you guys were out there a little bit. It's funny how the further out in the country you are, the, you know, less important, I guess, some of the, you know, major brand stuff is. Like, I remember when we lived in Minnesota, We lived in this little town of 300 people, and for a while it had like a little convenience store. And when that closed, like, it was a big deal. Like, it was a pain to go get groceries and stuff. Like, you would have put up with, you know, it didn't matter what brand something was. You just went down to the store and you got what they had. So. Yeah, Justin, a couple acres is nice. Like, we've got a good sized yard. My wife's got a pretty good sized garden. You know, I think it's like, I don't know, a 20 by 40 foot garden that she's got back in the back corner of the property. It's nice. All right, I'm taking a headland pass off. I don't want to put it in the lagoon. Dollar General is the new Subway. Nice. Currently shopping. You just looked at a 9.2 acre property between two hay fields, and one was 30 acres. Nice. Yeah, I would love to get a little bit more land and be able to do something. We don't have any trees. That's my problem. Like, it's just grass. There's nothing else. We planted a few trees, but they're not going to be nice big trees for, decades. Like, the owners that come after I'm long gone are going to have some nice trees, but not so much me. Now, I'm going to start going down the wrong way here. My pipe's going to be on the inside, and we're going to get full at some point. That's going to be my luck here, following stranded down the edge of this field. Kevin, good to see you. I'm back. Glad the surgery went well. Yeah, everything went well. It was good. It was. I was really impressed with the technology that has improved in hospitals in the last 10 years, and some of it's minor. It's funny. I was telling somebody else this, and they're like, "You're such a geek." When I was in pre-op, and they make you put on the stupid hospital gown, and you're just laying in a bed waiting for a bunch of strangers to cut you open. That my gown had a big hose that they plug into it, and I had like my own climate control. So I had air conditioning that was blowing into my like hospital gown, that was hooked up to the bed and everything. It was really cool. It's cool. I don't know. There's a lot of cool little technology features. The surgery is like all robotic and stuff. It's not like I had some surgeon actually going in and fixing anything. They made a couple of small little holes and sent something down into me, and he sat at a computer, next to the operating table. It was really cool. It was a really cool experience outside of, the experience itself of having, surgery, but. Call, you guys farm on 15,000 acres IRL. Where do you farm? I'm curious where you've got 15,000 acres. Where do you farm and what do you farm? Justin, that's about the size of your garden. It did terrible this year, though. Yeah, our garden actually did really good. It's funny, my 4-year-old, he was on this at the beginning of the stream. He likes to go out into the garden and just get a big cucumber, and he'll just sit there and munch an entire cucumber right out of the garden. It's awesome. It's like, this is why we have a garden. It's good to see the kids enjoying it. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. We're getting full here. I turned the HUD on. I wanted to see if we were at 100%. There it is, 100%. Couldn't make it to the end. We tried. We'll back up here and let Bow Hunter come and unload us. Delia, looking for land to build your retirement home. A couple acres would be nice. Yeah, exactly. I mean, a couple acres is a good size yard for just everyday living. Justin, my 4-year-old sounds like my entire childhood. Exactly. Derek, I was his video game. Hope he wasn't streaming. It's funny. So whenever you go to the doctor, right, you've got to answer all the questions about like, what's your, what's your profession, all these different things. And, I start off with like my old job, but then I like hesitated and I'm like, well, technically I've been self-employed since, the beginning of the year, et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, oh, what do you do now? It's like, well, I make content on YouTube. And he just looks at me like, but no, really, what do you do, like, for a job? Like, oh, that's what I'm doing right now. And he's like, but I don't understand. So you farm, so you work on a farm and you record videos. I'm like, nope, it's a video game. And so in the middle of my doctor's exam, we had to pull up my YouTube channel and watch a video. And he's just sitting there, and you can tell he's like trying to keep himself composed, because he's just like, I don't get it. So people watch this? Like, yeah, people play this? Yeah. And he literally, he shuts his laptop down and he looks at me, he goes, but why? Like, I don't know if I can explain that one to you. It's a fun game. Like, it's not for everybody, but yeah. So I got the, but why? Why do people play Farming Simulator from my doctor? So that was a funny conversation. I enjoyed that one a lot. Carl, you guys are in northern Alberta, so you've got wheat, barley, and canola. That makes sense. Good deal. Scooter's Workbench, it's good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the stream. We're having a laid-back, chill stream, sharing stories about my recent doctor visits and adventures, and generally just trying to force myself to move around a little bit. First live stream standing up with no green screen here, so that's a lot of fun. Grace Farm, your garden didn't go as planned. Your first attempts, you were happy, got some tomatoes soon, that's cool. Chickens are laying eggs, oh, that's nice. I never liked having chickens. I don't mind people that do, I just didn't want to do the work. And they make their noise, and I don't know. Chickens are my things, but more power to people that can handle that. Derek, I have to tell folks that I make TV content for your own TV station that has a worldwide distribution. There you go. That sounds a little bit better than I play a virtual farming game. Yeah, Justin, I find that's pretty much it. They're either, they're all into it, they understand it, and they want to play it, and they get it, or they just don't understand at all, like, what it is and why it's a thing. We're gonna follow Stranded down this side and keep our auger on the outside so we can unload when we get full this time. Bryson, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Braden, your brother who sees you play this game, says it must be so boring. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I tried to get my oldest kid to start playing with me a few years ago, and he just wasn't having it. He was not interested. Minnesota farmer, I had a hernia, so I had to go in and get that resolved. Yeah, Stranded, your mom had chickens. Now your dog has chickens. Goat yoga? I totally do not get goat yoga. All right, we're all emptied out here. This, I'm so used to doing higher yielding crops that harvesting something like canola here is feels so slow to me. There's so much time in between unloads. Your dad was hesitant on playing Farm Sim, but downloaded one. Oh, for the Google Stadia thing, and told him he needs to play the PC version. Yeah, that the Google thing, the Stadia or Stadia, yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah, that thing looked so cool. I was so hoping that was going to be a thing that worked, but unfortunately, it didn't seem to work out. Joey, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat. We're cutting Stranded off. Good thing I looked up. He's sitting there paused waiting for me while I'm just going all over the place. I think we're gonna follow him. We're cutting in a pattern here. I probably could have spun around rather than backing up. Would have been easier. Carl, did the carrots work? Not really. So we lost a lot of money on those carrots. They're definitely not as profitable as I was hoping. Now, if we'd planted a whole field, we probably would have made some profit. But with how much seed they took and then how expensive that equipment is to lease, it really just isn't worth it on a small scale. Justin, when's my trip out for the real life farms? That's going to be in the end of October, it sounds like. I'm talking to some farmers right now in southern Minnesota and trying to line up my visit. And kind of, you know, now that we're getting closer to the end of the year, working on figuring out, you know, when is harvest actually going to be, since it's not like that's an exact date I can plan on the calendar. So it sounds like end of October, early November is the target window, though. Yeah, 60-foot header would make really short work of this field. I mean, these are already pretty wide headers. If we look in the garage here, this is the 74C, so it's not that narrow. What is that? Is that a 30-foot header? Trying to remember. I don't have GPS. I was going to turn GPS on because it'd do the conversion for me. It's probably like a 35-foot header. Nicholas, good to see you in the stream. We are feeling better today. Slowly getting back into things. We're doing something a bit different today. We've got the room behind us and we're streaming while standing up. So I would jump to prove it, but then I would probably have to go back to the hospital because that's definitely on the list of things that I should not be doing. Yes, Justin, the most of the farmers are having a lot of problems with lack of moisture in that area, at least the ones that I know. So it could be a pretty depressing harvest. I was kind of hoping for a good year where things were starting out in the year and that, you know, is going to be a pretty upbeat and positive video. But if I go out and visit a bunch of people who are having one of the worst years in a long time, the tone of the videos might be a little bit different. Mason Farms, am I going to visit the Millennial Farmer? I would love to. I do need to reach out to him. I know somebody who actually knows him, and he farms right up where my family is originally from. So my grandfather's actually buried up in Starbuck, my grandparents, both of them, and he grew up going to school in Lowry. So it's an area I'm really familiar with, and I'm hoping to be able to get out there and meet him. But I also know that harvest tends to be a really busy time for him or any farmer in general. And so having somebody show up and pester him in the middle of harvest is, probably going to be something a little bit tricky. So we'll see. We'll get some feelers out. I'm going to try and reach out to him through his official contact channels here. And if I can't get through, I will probably try and leverage some contacts to see if I can reach him on a personal level. But yeah, Toby, most combines don't have a long enough auger for the 60-foot header, but the 10T on the Fendt did, or the Ideal, and then also the X9, obviously. I mean, that thing shoots your grain out the side an extra 10 feet, it feels like. So you could definitely use that with the 60-foot header. Marson, come to Belgium. It's raining there for 5 weeks. Where I'm at in Michigan, we just had another horrible storm yesterday again. We've had so much rain that we've had flooding in our yard. I've had standing water in the yard for days on end this year, so it's really weird to see so many people having drought in the area, and we're having floods. Justin, is the millennial farmer into farm sim? You know, he did a little promoting for his map, but that's all you heard. Yeah, I don't think he's personally into Farming Simulator in any way, shape, or form. I think that just because somebody was doing a map on, did a map on his farm, that he was a little bit interested. And then Welker Farms has done a few videos on it, which has been kind of fun. And he did the video where he was in Farm Sim and then went to the Millennial Farmers farm that way. That was pretty cool because that was something that I'd had just done, the Welker Farms invades the Millennial Farmer video like a week before they actually did that in real life. So I thought that was kind of fun. But I will say is that I know Zach has posted on a number of my videos when the Millennial Farmer map came out. And so he probably doesn't remember or know who I am. He won't recognize my channel name. But he did actually post on, I think, 4 or 5 of my videos. A little over a year ago now when we were going through that process. So that was kind of cool. Stranded's like, just get out of my way, bud. You're doing it wrong. This is the problem when you game with real life farmers is I feel like I'm doing it wrong. I'm going to get a lecture and a lesson after the stream on the right way to cut canola here. Yeah, I would love to get all the way out there and visit Welker Farms at some point too, although it sounds like they're having a really tough year right now. I'm behind on my YouTube videos, ironically, since I've been laying on the couch the last several days, but I was trying to be productive during that. And so I haven't had a chance to watch all of those yet. But I've seen bits and pieces here, and it looks like they're having a tough year. How much do we got? Oh, we're actually half full. Let's put the pipe out here. Bow Hunter is doing a good job keeping up with 2 combines here. No problems. Joey, you guys finally got some rain up there in Winnipeg? Nice. Godly Devil, all the S790 series, 780s will work with that 60-foot head. I haven't tried that one yet, but that's nice. I have not heard anything about Sid getting the heads done on the X9. Honestly, after he put out that update to the 9000 series, what was it, the 9020 or the 9030 that he put into the pack, I haven't seen anything from Sid lately. I need to reach out to him and see what's going on. I know he said he was pretty busy. I think we're gonna let... Oops, we picked up our header. I think we'll let Stranded clean up his row of shame, and we'll go ahead and just get spun back around and start heading down on this part here so that we're not needlessly running into each other. Yeah, Justin, exactly. I mean, I thought it was really cool to see Zach going around and just posting on a bunch of videos. I definitely wasn't saying that he was doing that just with my content. I thought it was really cool to see him, you know, care enough to go out there and make some comments and just check it out, right? I'm sure, based on what I've seen in his videos, I, don't get the impression he's much of a gamer. He's got, way too many things to do to be playing farm sim kind of a mentality, but, he's got his own hobbies and stuff. But spend some time and actually go out and see what all the fuss is about, so to speak, was kind of cool to see. Tim, it was good having you in the stream. Have a good night, sir. Derek isn't watching YouTube market research. It is. It's what you called it when you went drinking when you worked at a craft brewery. There you go. I need a job at a craft brewery. We've got some really good craft breweries here in Michigan, and I would definitely take a job doing that all day. But yeah, it's funny as I do watch a bit of YouTube, but some of the real life farming stuff is actually useful for me. We were actually talking about this with my staff team earlier today. One of the metrics that I get to see in YouTube is what other channels a lot of the people that watch my videos and content also watch. And so I've been doing some looking into some of those, because there's some channels out there on that list and I'm like, I have no idea who this is. What do they do? It is interesting to me that most of the people that watch my content are watching real life farmers, and not like a lot of other video game channels. So that was something that I kind of stood out to me. So I've definitely added some new channels to the list here that I want to check out at some point. And it looks like we've got just a little sliver down here left, so I'll try to sneak around stranded and pick that up. Oh, goodness. That was too close. We almost crashed right into him. He does understand the grind of growing a YouTube channel in a niche category, though. Yeah, well, because, you know, honestly, in a lot of ways, he was one of the, I'll say, earlier, you know, real life farm YouTubers, farm tubers, I don't know what you call them. But now it's like so popular. There's so many real farm channels out there that have hit it big. I mean, we're not talking small channels. I mean, once you break 100,000 subscribers, you know, and you're getting that kind of views on a regular basis, it's real money. And so, you know, seeing so many farmers getting into the YouTube sphere has actually been really kind of cool. It's been interesting to see. So yeah, it's funny, Toby, is, you know, I don't think he really, you know, I don't think Zach was excited about it. I don't know that he necessarily understood it, kind of a thing, right? You know, like we were talking earlier, I think there's people out there and they just like, okay, I don't really get the whole farming simulator mentality. So let's see here. We've harvested all of those crops. We might as well get rid of this thing before we spend more money than we need to. The other exciting thing is that we're finally in the positive on this farm. We'd been running a balance for so long, and so now we're finally making money again. We've got, I'm looking for my harvest income is still 21.5. Did we not sell any of the canola here? We must have a bunch of canola sitting in the bins. Let's take a look. Oh, silos, total capacity, There we go. We did. We put it in the bins. We're going to hold on to it for a better price, it looks like, because this is not a great price. When canola is worth less than oats, there's a problem. Well, that's good. We're not hurting for the money just yet. Alan, with so many YouTube channels nowadays, you've developed an ADHD from hopping one video to another. Yeah, it's been really fascinating to try and keep up with it. And it's funny is even if we just talk about farm sim content, the channels on farm sim since I started doing it have changed drastically. There's channels that were out there that, you know, were posting daily content that don't even exist anymore. I was just commenting, I haven't seen anything from Squad Farms in a while. And Grant at one point had passed that over to, I forget the gentleman's name before he took over Squad Farms now. But he, I'd caught a bunch of his videos. He used to do more kind of a role play style content, and he hasn't posted anything in well over a month. So I don't know what happened to that channel, but there's been a lot of channels that have just kind of fallen off the grid lately. So, you know, on the one hand, there's a lot of new channels popping up, you know, that are really cool. And then there's a lot of channels that are disappearing left and right. So it's a very volatile ecosystem, I'll say, I guess. So I want to grab this tractor once Bowhunter's done dumping our grain here into the bins and see if we can top off these cows. Stevio, that's who I was thinking of. Oh, his computer got messed up when he moved and he can't get the parts with the shortage. That makes sense. That's really unfortunate. I'm gonna have to reach out to him and see if there's anything I can do to help out there, because he was putting out some really cool content for a while there, and not necessarily always the type of content that was, you know, in my preferred realm, but he was a cool dude. I think I talked to him in a couple of his videos. He was always doing unique things. So one of the things that I've liked most about the farm sim community, especially the content creator community, is that by and large the content creators have all been really friendly and easy to get along with. So I haven't really run into any content creators that I would say are not the kind of people that I'd want to associate with and kind of, you know, help each other out and stuff like that. So we're gonna top this off here. It's been a while since I did quote-unquote normal TMR mix. Helper P and Stranded Kansan have been taking care of the animals for me a lot of the time here, so I don't get a chance to feed them that often. And so I noticed we were a little low here, and so I want to check this out. So this is a really big feed wagon here with 7.4 tons of feed. And if we look at the menu here before I put this feed in here, check this out. We're, you know, a good chunk full on our total mixed ration already. I bet it takes all of it. And so it's just amazing how much feed just 145 cows are going to eat here on the base game settings. And so we've just been pumping feed into here. It's a bottomless pit, but we're probably making, you know, $50,000 to $100,000 every couple of days here. So, Justin, that's probably how I missed it then. You know, I don't necessarily get community posts from a lot of people. My notifications have been all messed up on YouTube because I have four different YouTube accounts at this point, and switching between them all, I don't always get notifications like you would expect. Yeah, Toby, that's also true. Creating content takes a lot out of you. That's something that I've definitely noticed. And also, I mean, you know, if we're being honest, you know, Farm Sim 19 has been out for quite some time now. And so I think that, you know, people also just get fatigued on playing the same game in and out every day. You got to find ways to make it interesting. Graced Farm off to bed. Have a good one. Appreciate you coming and hanging out in the stream tonight. Let's go see how Pep's doing on his tillage here. I'm just kind of curious to take a peek at how this is working. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of rubber banding here. Let's bring up my mini map here. Says 30 milliseconds. Somebody's probably messing with some settings. We'll run out here. This thing is just booking on the tillage though. Making some good progress here. Looks like he's on his last little strip. It's a good looking tractor. Justin, did I see Grant Hilbert's new gravity wagons? They are everyone's favorite farm sim gravity wagons. I did. I thought it was hilarious that he got, you know, there's like two different brands of gravity wagons in farm sim, right? And he gets the iconic, you know, Brent gravity wagon green, you know, and they looked great. They looked like they were practically brand new gravity wagons. And so that was a really good, I thought it was a good video. I was cracking up as they're trying to back it up and they're just doing like 6 takes to try and get the gravity wagon straightened out. So it was pretty funny. I'm glad they left that in there. Felt very appropriate. Let's see if I can borrow some dev tools here and hop out here for the aerial view. I'm guessing we're heading over to the next field here. It's just a good looking tractor. I wonder if I can do this in multiplayer. Oh, there we go. Get your nice cinematic shots here. I don't have my controller set up, so I can only go straight. Is Grant gonna rebrand them lizards so he knows how to run them? Exactly. That'd be hilarious. I would love if he did that with some random piece of equipment. You know, he's got some older stuff that he's brought onto the farm. It'd be really funny to send him some like lizard branded logos. I'm trying to use the keyboard commands for EasyDev don't all work when you're on the multiplayer server for some reason. Alright, let's turn the HUD on. Do we have this thing up? We do. We gotta break Nagi's new tractor. He's not on the server at the moment, I don't think, so he'll never know. But I like this thing. I like the duals look. I mean, the quad track's cool, but for whatever reason, I really like these big AFS Connect Steigers with the duals on them. It just looks beefy. I like the wide look on the Steiger here. It's just a really cool looking tractor. We probably shouldn't be turning around on the asphalt either. Not like that, at least. That's okay. Let's see here. Here we go. We're just gonna take it around. That's Stacy. There you go. We've got Nagi in the chat. Tractor has a name. I like it. Oh, you've even got the shades on the windows too. Oh, and all the extra monitors. Look at all these monitors. I don't even know what to do with all these monitors. Well, it's this is a nice looking mod. I'm glad we put these on the server. I'm gonna have to run a modern case farm here next, I think, and put some of these big, awesome case equipment that's come out in the last couple of months to use. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. Allman, yeah, I did pre-order Farming Simulator 22. I'm looking forward to it. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Is the internet going to come back? Hello, hello. Oh, maybe we're getting there. It's coming slowly but surely. I see lots of red. Kilobytes per second are catching up. Jack Adams, it's all your fault. This is what I get for driving a case. Exactly, Toby. I think my stream is gonna be like 2 minutes delayed now because it's catching up on the preview. And I don't know. Maybe. Let me see here. Yeah, I think the entire stream buffered and is catching up. This is gonna be awesome. All right, we're sending some messages. Stream is catching up, but looks like it buffered for the last several minutes. Awesome. So I'll be talking to you from far in the future. Should be really entertaining. I'm positive this is going to be just as disorienting for all of you as it is for me. Good times. I'm looking over at my preview window over here of what's actually going out on YouTube right now, because the YouTube window kind of shows me what's going on the stream, and it's a good couple of minutes back, so I don't know if there's a way to fix that. Good times. So our chat's gonna be a little bit delayed. I'll get to the messages when they come over, but your comments are gonna be on something I did in the video a minute or so back. But yeah, it's funny is I am standing today so that I won't fall over. I've got to get up and move around a bit more. With the surgery, I've been sitting down way too much, and so getting to get up and move around a little bit has been good, and so it's been good. And it looks like actually the stream just completely jumped ahead to where we are presently, so that's not too bad. We're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing on the preview as well as in on my main screen. So that's appreciate the feedback there. Used to be said a case of bad judgment when you'd buy a case. Nice. Derek, the 4-year-old, was under the desk pulling the wires. Exactly. He was down here earlier at the beginning of the stream. It was funny. He wanted to come and see all the people that I streamed to. And I'm like, buddy, it doesn't really work that way. Like, you can't see them. They can see me, but I can't see them. They just type messages to me. And so he came down. He's like, I want to come down and meet all the people. And so I'm like, okay, buddy, you can stay up a little late tonight and you can come down at the beginning of the stream and meet people. And so he got down here and he can see himself on the camera, and I'm turning the stream on and he's just like, where are they? You said there's people. There's nobody here. It was hilarious. So that was my fun right before the stream. Glad you're brand agnostic, Alan. Exactly. No, I definitely have my preferences. I grew up farming with John Deere equipment, so I'm always going to have a strong preference there. But when it comes to Farm Sim, there's a lot of great mods out there, and I can't wait to try both sides of the fence, so to speak. Cowboy Trenton, farmer from Nebraska, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Faber Farming, good to see ya, man. Welcome. Hopefully you're having a good evening. Jack Adams, this tractor has all the bells and whistles. Yeah, it does. It is a slick looking tractor. I'm not a fan of the dark tint on the windows, but other than that, I mean, this thing is just nice. It's got all the monitors, and the details on it are slick. It's got all the extra weight here in the back in between the tires. It's a good looking tractor. I really want to try out the row crop quad track, or the row track, or whatever they call it, where it's got the narrow tracks on it. I think that thing looks slick too. This cultivator is paired up nicely with it as well. Yeah, this is nice wide cultivator. And compared to a lot of tillage equipment, it's actually got a pretty decent dirt mask on it, so it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't get dirty at a hugely different rate than the other equipment, so it looks good. I like it a lot. And it covers the acres really nicely. Cowboy Trent, you guys farm 3,000 acres and run 400 head of beef cattle. Nice. Oh dear, we're going to put it in the lagoon. I think I'm going to take another pass off here, just to avoid what just happened, which is trying not to go in the lagoon. Jack, who's on the server? I think most people actually logged off at this point. We've got Helper P and Bow Hunter still on the server. We had a number of other people on a bit earlier while we were in the middle of harvest. And I think it is time to lower myself back down into a more natural position. Oh, we're going across the road here while we're changing the desk around. Well, here we go. And I've just realized this thing probably has GPS, but we've been doing it all manually. I suppose we are doing tillage. We could set a line here. Go something like this. Oh no. Cardinal degrees. Who does that? Hang on. Fine. Which way am I facing is the question. 168. Somebody's changed my GPS settings on the server. I'm not used to having to set a facing. We usually just do the AB lines. Derek, you're seeing pixelation on the stream at this point in history. Yeah, sometimes when the stream reconnects, you have to restart. You know, you have to hit refresh on your end because it drops the connection level down. On my end, I'm seeing it say excellent health for the stream at this point. Although we did lose just about half of the audience when the stream cut out for a minute there. Always fascinating to look at the YouTube metrics for various things. Life happens. Alright, let's see if I can line this thing up. I'm gonna have to, I forgot to set the width while I was pulling it straight, and GPS auto width doesn't always appreciate when your implement isn't being pulled exactly straight behind you. So let's get this thing lowered again, and I'll see if I can iron this out a little bit. Oh, there we go. Auto width, auto steer. We're off to the races. When you went from the ranch life to the farming life in the mid-'80s is when you started using John Deere, and it was your favorite from then on? Nice. Zachary, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. But yeah, I don't know. I'm liking these new case mods that have come out. I think the next series is going to have to be a case farm. There's just too many good mods not to give them a shot. So we were talking about it a bit earlier, but we've got some new series coming out here soon. And so I'm looking forward to getting some new content on the channel here in the next few days here, a little while, and see how that goes. I've been putting some mod lists together and getting some maps prepped to run some new series. We've had a couple that have been going for a while now, so we're going to wind down on Mercer County here, I think. We're wrapping up harvest right now, and obviously we kind of put a nail in the coffin on Oklahoma there in the last episode, so we're going to be consolidating down into some new series. And it looks like we've got some manure spreading going on over here. Somebody must have leased a spreader or borrowed one. We probably have quite a bit of manure, slurry actually, I should say here, built up in our cow barn. We haven't been giving them straw, but we've got 781,000 liters of slurry, so that's pretty slick. That should help out a bit from a fertilization perspective here with the way that things work in base game farm sim, at least. We're going to need some lime in parts of our field, it looks like. But with that fertilizer going down, and then when we seed with the drill, we should be able to get the second state down and be there. Derek, you're back from history, hit live and came back to the future. Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you're watching from behind, you can hit the live button and it'll catch you up to current time. You can also do the cool thing with YouTube where you watch it at 2x speed, and then when it catches up to real time, obviously it's not going to keep going at 2x speed because it can't be in the future, but it'll automatically switch you over to the live mode again. So I've definitely done that on streams when they've had minor technical difficulties. It's interesting that YouTube or OBS, I don't know which, managed to buffer a good chunk of the streams while the connection issue was going on, because we didn't drop that many frames, and I was definitely watching YouTube pick up all of the lost video and push it out onto the stream there. Walt, do I have plans for Autumn's Oaks? I do. We're going to continue running that series. We're going to get through at least a full year on that map because that's the only way we're going to see all the mechanics. I want to see all the calving mechanics. I want to get through and start having, you know, actual dairy cows producing milk. So should be a lot of fun. Alex, what am I going to plant in this field that I'm working? I don't know. We've been doing canola here as a cash crop to keep things moving, to get afloat. We're borrowing most of our equipment from the other players on the multiplayer server right now still. And so it would be nice to actually buy some more tractors of our own here for the farm. So we may have to continue running some more cash crop style crops here in this field. We might actually do, I think, soybeans next. So let's get all lined up here. Brian, this is a Case AFS Connect 620 Steiger. Versatile's a cool looking tractor. I've never had an opportunity to drive one, but they look really slick. Yeah, Toby, it was fun to try, but two things with, I'll say with the Oklahoma series. One is I wasn't the biggest fan of the loose cotton style. It turned out to be a lot more work, like from a farming perspective, to have to stop, unload into the buggy, you know, take the cotton, you know, to the edge of the field and get it packed. And there was just a lot of steps involved in that, you know, even on our tiny little farm with our harvester, it took me, I think, 4 hours to harvest all of that cotton. And I just don't have time for that. I'll do potatoes again before I'll do that. In fact, it's ironic, you know, for all the complaining I've done about potatoes, there's a new potato pack that was released a little while ago that I want to try out. Somebody released some more American-style potato equipment, the Sputnik stuff, and I'm actually tempted to run some potatoes again and see how that works. So we'll see. But I think for now I'm going to take a break from cotton. If I do cotton again, it's not going to be on a small start from scratch where I do everything, you know, legit with the money that the game starts me with. Cotton's I'm going to run a big farm. I'm going to have lots of equipment on big fields. And, you know, we're going to have, you know, 4 cotton harvesters out there cranking through stuff. That's going to be a course play series for sure. But yeah, for right now, I'm trying to pick. There's a couple of cool maps that have just come out that I'm trying to pick between here, and see where it goes. Well, I think Sputnik is the equipment. It's the equipment you see in the U.S. that. What's the other brand that they're partnered with? Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. So, but it's just a rebrand. It's the same company that has their equipment in a bunch of different countries. Toby, I'm sure I did, but I'm really behind on comments with everything that's been going on the last 2 weeks here, and I'm also very, very forgetful. That series, I was surprised at how many negative comments I got on the Oklahoma video when I wrapped it up. I mean, we did 10 episodes on that map, so it's not like we didn't make it through a full year, but people seemed somewhat upset at seeing that series end, but it was just not well structured. And I was playing on the original early release version of the map that DJ had sent me, and so I'm like 2 or 3 versions back on the map, and it kept crashing on me off camera. So that's the other reason that I'm not playing on it, is anytime I drive in certain parts of the map, it just completely crashes, exits me out of the game. So it was getting to be a real problem because I couldn't go to down certain roads anymore without it crashing. So I would have to upgrade, and the upgrade required a new save. And so, you know, Oklahoma's going bye-bye, and we're going to move on to the next map. Danny, you drove a 620. It was a beast. It is a beast. This looks awesome. I would love to get an opportunity to actually do some tillage in a 620. So we're gonna run this up here. We're almost done doing the tillage here. It's kind of funny, they must have decided to spread the slurry here kind of ad hoc, because we probably should have spread it before we did the tillage, just to make sure that the ground state changes appropriately before we seed, to make sure the seeder can put fertilizer down. But yeah, Toby, that, to your point, I got off track, but Sputnik is definitely the U.S. brand of the potato equipment, but the company that does it also has the exact same equipment that they sell under a different brand in other countries, and I can't remember what that other brand is. So this is the Case 375 True Tandem. I forget where this is at, if it's on the in-game mod hub or if this was something that was released. I know I've got a lot of the mods from Carl Farms and a few other places. But this is the 375 True Tandem. I'll pull it up in the shop here in a second. Get back on my GPS track. Mr. Clock, it's good to see you, sir. We are having a chill stream tonight. We're back from surgery on Friday and just hanging out, doing a little bit of tillage here on the multiplayer server. So this is the mod we're using right now, which requires 550 horse, but that's because it's, you know, pretty wide and goes pretty fast. Ooh, permas, now you're talking. I will drive out there on a day's notice to drive a 620 quad track, or ride in one. I'm humble enough to admit that, you know, they might not want to let me actually drive, although, you know, honestly, the GPS is probably doing most of the driving these days, but we would, I would love to get a chance to ride in a 620. And I'll honestly just talk to some real farmers and do all that good stuff. Unfortunately, where I'm at right now, I don't, it's, when I lived in Minnesota and stuff, you used to see, be right near all the fields and stuff, and you just stop and talk to a random farmer, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Out here, though, it's just not quite like that. And also, there's just not that many fields near where I'm at, so I very rarely see farm equipment anywhere where I'm at. Oh, there you go, the Grimmy brand stuff. That makes sense. Mr. Clock. No, in fact, I went out and saw Perma here not too long ago, so Perma's is officially the first member of the community and also staff team that I've met in person, which has been kind of cool. There's a whole bunch of people in Michigan, too, and so at some point here, maybe towards the end of summer before everybody's back in school and all that stuff starts going on, we might have to try and find a neutral location here in southern Michigan to do a those people within driving distance community event or something. But yeah, it was fun. Actually, it was funny. Perma's was I asked Perma's in person if he'd be a staff member. It was kind of harder to say no that way, I figured. So we cornered him and asked him if he wanted to join my staff team. It's good times. Oh, goodness. We almost bumped into it there, turned in too tight, but we managed to save it. Well, here we go. We are all tilled up here. So today was surprisingly productive. Driving through some freshly spread manure here. We harvested carrots and determined that those are not worth our time. We've harvested all of our canola here and didn't have to sell it, so we're going to hang on to that for a better price. And we acquired this shiny new Case Quad Track, or not Case Quad Track, but Case Steiger tractor here, and got all our tillage done. I have to say, can't complain. I saw, Toby, that there was a new version of Wind Chaser that got released, but the sell points don't work on it. And there's a few other issues. So North is making some changes right now to that. I think he said that he expects to have an update out on Friday that should have all of the reported issues fixed. So that's a map I never played that looks really good from his screenshots. So I'll have to check that out for sure. I'm really interested to see what kind of map that is. I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to see it coming out. Oh, there is a tractor down there. My clipping distance must be set a little low. The Deck Down Under. That sounds like a interesting restaurant for sure. I want to come out here and watch Bow Hunter here. I think he's spreading the slurry. The carrot money also would be under the other because Bo had to transfer it over. Oh, that's a good point. Let's go look at that. So we sold milk. We harvested. Oh, so this money here is also from carrots. It doesn't really change my opinion of carrots that much. So we got 55,000. Okay, so we technically actually made money then on that little strip of land. And so if we'd done a whole field, we probably would have made a bit more money. So I'll accept that. And we've got the slurry spreading's going good here. This is doing good. I'm curious how much we still got left. Oh wow, tons of it left. Well, this is our new answer to fertilizer here on the farm. Stranded, we have we're wrapping up here, I think. We just wrapped up all of our tillage, and Bo and Pep have been spreading slurry over here, so I was just checking out what trouble they're getting themselves into. But I think for me, folks, tonight it was good to kind of get back into things a little bit here. I appreciate everybody being patient with me as we get all of our technical difficulties worked out here. And, this is our first stream back, so I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things. I've mentioned we've got some new series that are going to be coming out here in the next week, and we'll be posting a schedule, I think. One of the complaints, or I guess I shouldn't say complaints, but pieces of feedback I've heard from a lot of viewers is that they just don't know when different pieces of content are going to come out. And so we're going to post up a weekly schedule so people understand when different videos and stuff are going to be coming out. So that'll be fun. New series are going to be fun. Autumn Oaks is going to be coming back here this week, so I'm going to be getting back into the recording bits tomorrow. So I'll be recording some more episodes tomorrow, so expect to see those episodes coming out here over the next few days. And I'm excited to be back, and I appreciate all the kind words and support from everybody in the community. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and we'll see you guys all soon. That's all for today. Kedurk